Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another week of Mase Radio. It is a beautiful sunny day here in New York City. I'm your girl, JeroslynDiva, founder and CEO of MaceTV.com, where we give you all the latest and greatest in urban pop culture and beyond. To my left, it might look to my right to you, but it's my co-host for today. This is Khris Johnson. He is a model and actor, correspondent. What?
DJ, a media personality. I'm here to do everything for you guys today.
Exactly. Come scoot over a little bit so they can see your cute face. All right. And we have our guest today in the studio. You saw me. We've been promoting it. We have Miss Ashley Chennel. She is a beauty media mogul and guru. I'm so sorry. There's a lot going on. But yes, at such a young age, she has already created a beauty empire with including her own YouTube channel, Ashley Chennel, her own hairline. The name, I want to say the correct name. Ashley Chennel version, high quality hair. Get it correct, yes. Ladies. Okay, she's all over the place. I'm constantly getting stuff from many different PR companies on this young lady, with her providing YouTube makeup tutorials, hair tutorials, just helping us keep us laid to the gods, ladies. So we're going to talk to her about how she got everything started with her beauty empire, as well as where she's looking to go. And I want some tips for the summer. Help me out here, okay? How can I continue to maintain the sexy during the summer season?
I got you.
Yes. So we're going to talk about all that and more. Plus, of course, you know, we're talking about our topics of the day, which everyone is talking right now about Akon and him being able to provide 600 million people in Africa with electricity. So if he's able to provide 600 million people with electricity in Africa, then what have all these charities been doing all this time here in America? And what the hell is Beyonce doing in Haiti? So that's our question of the day. And, you know, Bayhive, anybody who is conflicting with what we're saying, call us up, 516-900-2278. Go on our website, macetv.com, or hit us up on our social media. We also have been getting some responses throughout the day that we'll be reading on air. Plus, we're going to be discussing the NBA Finals. I know some people in here feel very passionately about that. The NBA Finals, everything that is currently out in the news with rest in peace, Kalief Browder, who committed suicide after being jailed for 3 years without ever being really charged for anything. That is also going to tie into our story on McKinney, Texas. So, you know, the stories continue with police brutality aimed towards the Black community, police misconduct. It seems to be a trend right now in popular culture, which it shouldn't be. So we're going to make a statement on that today. And of course, you know, we got you covered on all the latest in the celebrity news and juice and tea. Okay. Chris Brown and Karrueche with that hot mess of a reunion they had last week. Jay-Z, you know, I'm always getting on Jay-Z with Tidal. And he decided to make somebody a co-owner of his music streaming company. And I definitely think it's a ploy in order to get more subscribers. So we're going to just, and we got Khris here, and he's very outspoken and not afraid to make a statement like me. So we're going to discuss all of that and more. Plus, we got Miss Ashley Chennel in the building. So stay tuned in. Right now, we're going to get into some music. How about we play French Montana off the rip? Just rest in peace, Chinks Montana. And this song is blazing up the radio right now. Everybody loves it. And I'm glad that New York got a hit. This is my song. I love that instrumental. Okay, we are back live in studio. Again, shout out French Montana and Chinks. It's really sad too. I was listening to one of Chinks' other songs, and he's like kind of singing on the track, and I'm just like, wow, you know, he was definitely about to be next. So it's unfortunate. All right, so we're back live in studio. Me and Khris Johnson here. You can follow Khris.
You guys can follow me at Khris_VJ. That's KHRIS_VJ. So.
And you can follow me at JeroslynDiva if you want, but you should, but if you're not already. Okay, so today we posted it on our Instagram, and I'm actually gonna go to a couple of the topics because it's our topic of the day. And the topic of the day is, one second, because everyone, I think I had posted the picture. If Akon, one man, can provide electricity for 600 million, then what the F have these charities, been doing all this time? And I wanted to add in, and what is Beyonce doing in Haiti besides taking pictures? So let's talk about that a little bit. All right. So the story came out that Akon started, I don't want to misquote it because I have it here. The Solar Academy in Africa, which provides 600 million citizens and communities across Africa with the ability to have electricity through solar power. I don't want to get too, I mean, actually, you know, now that we're discussing the solar power, I definitely feel as though that is somewhere that we need to be going as just, I mean, I don't want to say
us as a society should be going in that direction.
Yeah.
Not only to save the community, but also to save people in the community.
Yeah. And actually, if you do a little bit of research, it's a little bit, and me and my boyfriend were talking about this the other day because I found it very interesting, and I actually knew this because I learned it in school. I studied media with the one who started AT&T, the Bell guy. He was at war. Remember, he was battling Tesla, and actually, if you really do your research, like Tesla, he kind of was just blacklisted, but he was the one that really was gung-ho with starting electricity.
Electric power, right?
Electric power. However, they went with Alexander Graham Bell.
Yes.
That's his name, Alexander Graham Bell, who had, you know, kind of trust within the, you know, the big business at the time. This is in the early 1900s. And Tesla was trying to start solar power energy in the early 1900s because he knew that it would be easily accessible. It would be more cost efficient, more energy efficient, and just help society as a whole.
Right.
So not too ironic that now today,
we got solar power.
We do all of our, it's the coal mostly.
Let's just do the coal, but it's also due to the sun.
They don't do, I mean, we don't have the solar power the way we should. It's like something that still Obama is trying to fight for.
But that's like everything else, Jay. They give us things we're looking for in pieces anyway. They give us just enough for us to eat, and then they take it away. Exactly.
So now with that being said, hold on. I'm not sure. So now with that being said, we discussed, just open the door. You go open the door. So yeah, so now Akon, oh my gosh, no. So now Akon is providing energy for 600 million people. At first there was a backlash because they were saying that if Akon is able to provide electricity for 600 million people, then what have these charities been doing all along? Charities that we give our money and dollars for, and Akon is just able to come out of nowhere and just make such a drastic change to his people. So now that makes you start to question all these other charities that you know about. The I won't say Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation because they do a lot. But, you know, I chose to highlight Beyonce because she's on a campaign, and, you know, anything Beyonce does, everybody pays attention to. And her campaign right now is the Bay Good. Her charity is called Bay Good, and it's like the Bay Good movement, where she's in Haiti right now, and she has her T-shirt that says Bay Good, and she wants you to buy the T-shirt. And when you buy the T-shirt, a portion of the proceeds go to Haiti. We don't know exactly what that percentage is, how much is going to Haiti. But we do know that she's saying this. Now, it does make you question. It's like, okay, so I looked up their net worth. Akon is worth, I believe it said 8 million, and Beyonce is like close to being a billionaire. She's worth like 800 million. Why is he able to provide 600 million of people with electricity, and Beyonce is asking you to buy a t-shirt? Does it go now? Now does it go now? But at the same time, does it go down to us in our culture? Because at the same time, Akon is from Africa. Beyonce is American. She's African American. Are people outside of America more focused on giving back to their communities than Americans?
Is it that, or is it the fact that people more or less do things for show? And some people do things because of the right of their goodness of their heart.
Because if you do remember when Beyonce first started posting the pictures of her in Haiti, many people started to call her out, saying that this was just a photo op. Where she was just going there just to make nice and say, hey, I'm in Haiti, donate to Haiti. And she definitely looked gorgeous.
Her looks aren't giving her back what she's there to do.
And this is something that I always like to bring up, only because at the end of the day, we can sit here and we can talk about, Beyonce's vegan plan and, her new music and anything about that. But I just feel like if we're not talking about the fact that the people that you're putting money in their pockets are not giving back to you, then you're just a part of the problem. You're the same part of the problem. I always use the analogy of Harriet Tubman, where it was like, okay, she got free and she could have been like, boop, thank you. Right. But no, Harriet Tubman became Harriet Tubman because Harriet Tubman went back and helped her people. So it's like, where is that sense gone within our current modern day society?
Easy technology, computers, phones, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, because Twitter. It's so much easier to go to Haiti, enjoy, because Haiti is a beautiful country. Take a picture, put it on your Instagram and say, "Be good, charity, love life." Let me ask you,
she's stunting for the gram?
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say. But, so that's today's topic. If you feel any differently, call us up 516-900-2278. And let me just read off some of these comments that I got earlier. Someone said, I love this. They said, well, she's actually making us, Beyonce is making us donate by selling those t-shirts, and proceeds supposedly go to Haiti. Another person said we should be celebrating Akon more than talking about Bruce Jenner. But then just talk about Akon and then don't talk about Bruce Jenner. I hate when people say that, because now you are bringing attention to Bruce Jenner. Like, just don't say anything about Bruce or Caitlyn Jenner, whatever, and just talk about Akon. It's only going to be what you say it's going to be. So yes. So like I said, hit us up 516-900-2278. And now let's move on to this McKinney, Texas. I'm from Texas, but I'm from Houston, Texas. There's a little bit more Black people in Houston. I don't know if this would have happened in Houston, but in McKinney, Texas, over the weekend, some high school kids were having a pool party, end of the year graduation party, when it was it wasn't a community pool. What I can definitely say about that, you're not allowed to have parties in community pools. It has to be your own private pool. And, the young teenagers, of course, violated that, but it wasn't, the kids who threw the party were Black. However, it was all types of kids at this party, white, Black. Some of the nearby residents, of course, white, allegedly began spewing racist
remarks
at these young kids.
I mean, these kids don't even look old enough to walk down the street by themselves.
Were the racist white people invited? Yeah, they were invited. Some of them lived close in the neighborhood. Some of them actually lived in the complex. They started yelling at them, saying, go back to your Section 8 housing. This isn't an area for you. Basically just belittling them. Of course, as any teenager, they're going to probably come back, and it resulted in a fight.
And violence.
Once it became a fight, then the police got involved. As you can see from that GIF, whatever you want to call it, that I added, the police officer came and just started manhandling these kids, particularly that girl that was laying on the floor, when the two teen boys tried to just basically pull the cop off. They didn't hit the cop or anything. They pulled the cop off, and he started chasing them with a gun.
He pulled the gun on unarmed children.
He pulled the gun out on these minor kids who had no weapons. They weren't doing anything. Of course, Fox News is saying he had to protect himself. He could have gotten stabbed or shot. And now it brings us back to the topic. And I'm sure everybody is tired of talking about it. I mean, not us. We're not tired of talking about it because this has been our life. But it seems to be a reoccurring trend. Literally every week to 2 weeks, it's someone in the news, especially a police officer violating the rights. That's last night's game. We'll talk about that. Violating the rights of usually Black people. Why?
Because racism still extends. It still stands in this country, it still stands in this universe, it still stands in this society.
And this is what people don't want to admit. They don't want to admit it. And I have a white friend. He's, super white, grew up in Jersey, not even around Black people, but, he's very open-minded. And he said to me, he was like, this was around the time when everything was going on with Freddie Gray. And he said to me, he was like, it's crazy for me to go through my timeline as I can tell that a lot of the people I know just don't get it. He was like, Jeroslyn, if I ever come off as though I don't get it, please let me know. And I think what he means by getting it is just really understanding, because what it is a lot of white people are oblivious to what the hell is really going on out here. And then when you do see what's going on out here, you kind of just turn the other cheek and choose to look away versus saying something. At the end of the day, everybody has some type of maybe racist or stereotypical comment that they've said before, maybe in the privacy of your own home. But yeah, keep that shit in the privacy of your own home. Don't what the hell? You can't see some kids at a pool party and then come out and just tell them that's why you belong in Section 8 housing. What's that all about?
Living in Texas, I got a friend that lives in Texas actually, and he says it's one of the only states left down south for the most part where it's prominent for racism.
Yeah, it's normal.
It's normal.
It's normal. It's like not just Texas, just down south in general.
But you know what this comes from? This comes from the past generations still not moving forward.
Yeah.
It's what parents have
and
told
not necessarily past generations. It still comes from that fear. At the end of the day, even yesterday, I was going to my class, and I go to Baruch, so I'm near 23rd Street, and it's New York is multicultural, but more in the city, you'll definitely see a little bit more white people than you see others. And when I'm walking through the street, even if a white person is in your way, they will get out of your way. And it's I kind of was thinking dang, sometimes it's kind of cool because it's they're intimidated by you. So it's it works to your advantage because they're moving out of your way. But then at the same time, it's just damn, why are you scared of me? You don't have to move out of my way like that. I'll go around you if I'm walking this way and you're walking that way. But it's you notice that fear. Even here in New York, if a white person gets on a train, I've seen this countless of times, and I don't want to stereotype people. I really don't. But if a white person gets on a train and there is seats available, if one is available to someone who isn't Black, they might sit next to that person versus sitting next to the Black, even Black men. I'll see that where they'll sit next to me before they sit next to the Black man. So it's still, it's why we can't, I don't necessarily even want to call that racism as much as I call that ignorance and fear.
I say this though. I'm going to ask you a question. Your boyfriend is Hispanic
and white.
He's white and Hispanic. And how do you feel walking down the street? Because I date interracially as well. So I'm going to give my piece on how it is for me. But I want to ask you, how is it for you?
When we're together? We definitely get stared at. But it's more of a stare of they look cute together. Not, but we're in New York. When we were in Miami, we heard, there was some guys saying yelling things oh, how you gonna leave us for that white motherfucker? And kind of saying comments of that nature, that why are you with this white man? And also too, I don't deal with it as much as one of my other friends. She dates a guy that really looks white. See, my boyfriend is still urban, you can tell he's white-ish and he dresses urban. So it doesn't really affect us as much as if he did dress more like a white person.
Right.
which I hate to say because it's like, what is dressing white and dressing black? But you know what it is.
Well, I say that you as a female, me as a black male, dating interracially, it's still just as difficult.
Coming from the black community.
Coming from any part of the community, whether it be black, white, green, yellow, or orange. They will stereotype you no matter what. Yeah. Black, and white is white, and that's what they expect still in society nowadays. Now, I mean, I live in a generation amongst other people in my generation who date interracially and really could care less about what the old generation has to say. I'm gonna walk hand with my hand proud and happy regardless.
Yes.
But it is just as difficult hearing people murmur things under their voice, listening to their facial expressions coming down the street.
And in the South, it's to a higher degree. We have to understand that in the South, like, this is normal for them. It is normal. I went to a Waffle House in Atlanta and all the staff was black, but all the pictures on the walls were of white people that used to work at the Waffle House like back in the 50s. So it's like you got these people slaving away in this restaurant, and when they look at the walls, they can't even feel any type of recognition. Right. You know, so it's a normalcy. It has become a normalcy. And what I do like about it now is that the technology is so advanced. So now your ass is getting caught. Because if nobody had that cell phone to record this officer in McKinney, Texas, to record the way they handled Freddie Gray, they didn't have it for Michael Brown. And then what they did have, it made him look like a bully. But even, the way they recorded what happened with Eric Garner, I wish somebody would record a part of what happened with Trayvon Martin. But now, because of the advanced technology, it's being brought up and the conversations are arising. A lot of people on Fox News want to say that it's someone like me right now, I'm being a race pimp.
Well, we know about Fox News, so
yeah, but but even though it's Fox News, it's still a good portion of America that feel that way.
Of course, the same portion of America that's taken out our young youth, black children, Hispanic children, exactly, children of color. So
putting us in jail. Know about Fox News. And we'll talk about that when we come back. Of course, this story with Kalief Browder. I had talked about this a little earlier. Just, I'm very passionate about, I have a younger brother who is currently incarcerated. He gets out soon. But I know the system. And I know it well enough to know that a lot of corruption is going on at the hands of the people that we're supposed to trust. Yep. These police officers, these CEOs, these judges, these lawyers. And what's happening to the people once they actually get in the system, when they're put in Rikers or when they're put in a prison upstate, or even down south, it's horrible. Their rights are completely violated. They're starved to death. I remember one time my brother told me the guard let him get jumped. Mm-hmm. He watched my brother get jumped, and this is in Rikers when my brother, was arrested at the age of 18 and put in Rikers. You watch the kids. Sometimes if you upset the guard, they will have somebody come for you. A lot of the inmates have alliances with the guards. So that's why some inmates are treated better than others. Which then if you're an inmate who gets treated better than the other inmates, so then now everybody's going to treat you better. So then you're creating more wars within, instead of you helping to get these men rehabilitated. Yep. So now what happened is the young male Kalief Brown, he was arrested. I'm assuming this was around the time too that they started to stop and frisk. He was never charged with anything. He was instead still placed in Rikers Island for 3 years. He never even went to court once. Never saw a judge one time. They finally, with a lot of petitioning and letters, they finally released him in 2013. Even while he was in Rikers Island, he was trying to commit suicide. He tried to commit suicide at least 5 to 6 times.
That destroys a man's life.
Where they stopped him. Upon getting released from Rikers, he became a celebrity. He was on Rosie O'Donnell's show. He met Jay-Z. He met a lot of prominent celebrities who were encouraging him and motivating him to share his story and continue on. He never was the same, and he continued to try to commit suicide. They, would admit him into hospitals to get evaluated. He was diagnosed depressed. Just recently he committed suicide. He finally, went and went through with it. But what many are saying is that even though he killed himself, he didn't really kill himself. Rikers Island killed him. The system killed him. The system that now, de Blasio crafted the system of rehabilitating Rikers Island and cleaning it up around this boy's case. As soon as de Blasio did that, within 2 weeks, people that had been in the Rikers for years, like him, who had never gotten to go to court, they got court dates. Why is it that the mayor's able to come in and within 2 to 3 weeks, everybody has a court date? What the hell have you been doing the last 3, 4? And let's take about even before that. Before that, Central Park 5 time. Like, this has been going on.
Our society doesn't know how to speak up. So if they don't know how to speak up, the government's going to do whatever they want. It's population control for them.
It is population.
I'm going to put you in jail and you're not going to get out until somebody speaks up for you. Other than that, I don't care. I got people to pay your tax dollars.
I know, and it's really not working. But you can get all information on this and more. We've definitely been talking a little bit about the somber topics. So we're going to go to some music. When we come back, we are going to talk with Miss Ashley Chennel. We got her in the studio. Yay! And we're going to talk about these beauty tips she has for us. Virgin hair. Do you prefer sew-ins or wigs? I want to know because, there's a trend emerging. More girls are going for wigs. Don't tell us yet. Okay. But right now we're gonna get into some music. Let's play. I think I put Missy Elliott on there. Hot Boys. I like that song. Wait.
It's been a while.
Wait. Back.
What's up, y'all?
Got distracted with Missy with the throwback real quick. That's still my song.
Always.
Don't let it come on. So we are back. We have our guest live in studio today, Miss Ashley Chennel.
Hey guys.
You can find out more about her at ashleyshanelbeauty.com. This young beauty maven has, wow, even just go to her website, you'll just see. She's the shit. She's on it. She's on it, got ads on there and everything. So yeah, she's a YouTube beauty blogger. So you do your YouTube video tutorials.
Yeah, every Tuesday and Thursday on my channel.
And not just hair, you do makeup.
Makeup, fashion, hair, a lot of like inspirational, like self-help videos too. I don't just talk about hair and makeup.
Yes. And
then I'm going to be adding a design series. Like I'm going to be like, cause I love to redecorate like homes and stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's like, it's going to be like a lifestyle series. It's going to be like food. We're going to cook. Me and my mom are going to do like cooking show.
Yeah. This is before they get their deal on Bravo. This is before Bravo picks them up.
So yeah.
And our oxygen.
It's going to be like a beauty channel, but I'm also going to have like a lifestyle series too.
Yeah. Cause just, I've been talking to her a little bit behind the scenes, and this girl's amazing. She comes from an amazing family of also business owners.
Yeah.
And they're all gorgeous and they're all doing it. So definitely look out for them.
Thank you.
I stay on Bravo and Oxygen. And I would be, because at the end of the day, it's like, I feel like they don't have to go after the drama.
No.
Drama's a natural part of life.
Honey, if they filmed us,
you didn't do
the ratings would be so high.
You never have to force drama. Like, even I watch Love and Hip Hop, whatever. Don't judge. Don't you shake and estimate me. Oh, but tell me, could you not tell how staged it was when Sheeta did the auction? I was like, really? Like,
I haven't seen it. Like, I have not watched it since Chris and Jimmy were on it. But that's when I was interning at VH1.
Oh, you were an intern there.
So
tell us how you got started.
Well, I went to broadcasting school. I went to Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Okay.
And then I graduated. And then I went right into radio.
Okay.
So I interned at Radio 1 in Philly.
Yeah.
So that was like Hot 107.9. Now it's it's Boom 107.9.
Yeah,
now they changed so much.
All the time.
I think it's 103.9, WDAS. No, I don't know.
It's all right. We don't got to.
It's like R&B and all that stuff. Yeah, we don't have to talk about. But I mean, I interned in radio first. That was my very first internship.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to Rachel Ray's show. And
wow.
Then,
what was that like working with her?
That was probably the best internship I ever had.
It's beautiful.
They weren't just making you get coffee.
No. Actually, I feel like that's a misconception and for some people, but for me,
I interned for a radio station here in New York City, and I got coffee.
Really?
Yeah, every morning. I had to be there. I had to be there at 4:30 in the morning.
Shut up!
I had to be there at 4:30. And it definitely was the prerequisite for me starting my site, because everything they talked about on the air, I researched those stories. I got it for them, and I would put it together and make a packet. But
I usually make the interns
I had to
do that.
Coffee, and I answered the listener calls.
So did you do the morning show? Is that what it was? Yeah, because usually when you're doing the morning show, you have to come in at like 4.
Yes.
I never did that.
Crazy.
I did promotions.
Oh,
that's probably why I didn't have to.
Lucky you.
I was doing like the street team stuff.
Yeah.
Every once in a blue moon, I would go in the studio with the jocks, but that was mostly like afternoon shows and stuff. It was never like a morning show. We did have an opportunity to do that, but I'm just not a morning person.
Yeah.
So it wasn't happening for me. But
so then now, from interning, how did you break into the YouTube and the beauty scene? And
well, I did Rachel Ray, and then I did it's a funny story. I went right into VH1 after Rachel Ray. And then when I was on VH1, I went to 106 in Park. Okay. So I was on the bus coming home.
Which is now a memory, so that's good.
Crazy,
right?
Yeah. I was on the bus coming home from, was it VH1? And I met the producer at 106 in Park for, I think it was like the online producer. And he was sitting next to me on the bus, and he was like uploading footage from the show onto the website. And I just was being nosy, and I looked over and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what do you do? And he's like, oh, I work at 106 Park. He's like, I'm the interactive producer. So I was like, oh, I'm at VH1. So he gave me his card, and he's like, when you're done, just hit me up. So I did. And then he gave me an internship. Like
to 106.
I didn't even like
just from you asking a question. That's awesome.
But you never know. I said that because you never know who you're sitting next to. Like you never know. And I was just on the bus, and he was just like, we talked the whole bus ride to Jersey. He was actually going to AC for a party, and we were just talking, and I told him like what I'm telling you guys, and he was just like, "Oh my gosh, when you're done, give me a call." So I did, and then
from 106 and
from
Park,
that I went into I had a channel, but I didn't really upload on it like regularly because I was busy. I mean, I didn't have time.
Now, what I do want to ask you is to back it up a little. During all this time of you going to school and doing these internships, were you still all this fabulosity already, or when did that start to come?
For Rachel, I had to, or T, because you don't know. Sometimes her interns, they call them yumettes. So sometimes you have to go on the show.
Okay.
You might have to, I had to serve Hugh Jackman coffee one day on the show.
Oh, so you did.
So you have to be
camera ready all the time.
Yeah. I mean, they have, you go back there and they'll touch up your makeup, but you never know who you're going to meet. So I always made sure I was on point. Because it's television, it's radio, I just didn't want to ever go there and not represent myself well.
So now from 106 and Park, how were you able to branch into, starting your own site?
I talked to the interactive producer, he and I became really cool, and he used to just tell me, give me ideas, and we would discuss things, and he would film footage of the artists that would come backstage, and he would do the interviews, and I would sit in sometimes. So I sat in on an interview with Kendrick Lamar, and I thought about it, and I was like, I really want to really upload videos to my channel. So I started doing that. And I started talking about things that I like, because I'm not really into sports, and and my school focused on sports. Honestly, we did sports casting, because it's more Connecticut School of Broadcasting. They kind of are more geared towards sports casters, newscasters. And they would always let me talk about beauty or something. In my radio classes and stuff, because they knew I knew nothing. It was just been making it up. So I just started filming it, and one of my teachers was like, you should just start a channel. And I started it when I was in school, but I didn't upload to it till after all my internships were done.
Got it.
And I started talking about hair and just shopping, clothes, just random stuff. I went on there and I saw these other girls doing it, and I'm like, I could do this.
Because it's just, I see girls. What? I learned how to make my wig. I made her how to make wigs.
So I started filming the videos, and then they got mediocre views. Until I found one of my girlfriends, she used to order virgin hair all the time. But back then I was broke and it was way too expensive. So she told me about this website called AliExpress, and it's you could buy all this hair on there. So I'm like,
AliExpress the best guy.
Really? So I was like, what the heck is that? And she's like, I ordered my hair on there, and I'm like, I just thought it was a joke. I'm like, there's no way. And then I ordered hair, and I was like, let's see how it is. So I ordered a video. I ordered it, and I made a video about it. And the video just went viral on YouTube. So then I started getting subscribers. And then once you start gaining a certain amount of subscribers, then you become a partner on YouTube. So when I started making money, that's when it I was like, wait a minute, this
is something more than just a hobby.
So they don't pay you until you gross $100. But once you start really getting checks, I was like, wait a minute, this is a nice little side hustle. So I started doing it. And I started uploading videos every week. But I would always give my honest opinion about the hair. I never made videos just for money, because that's a big thing on YouTube, and a lot of your subscribers,
they'll send you stuff so that you can talk about it.
Exactly. And
even though if it's crappy.
I don't do anything with a brand unless I have used the brand or it's something that genuinely interests me. So if I do something, if I get paid for a video or whatever, I always make sure that it's something I really want to film.
Exactly.
So I started filming about hair and makeup. And
when did you start?
Oh, this was in 2012. My channel says 2011, but I really didn't
you weren't at that. You were still interning and everything. So 2012.
I think I started really uploading around 2012, 2013. It wasn't until 2013 though, and that my videos actually started generating views and stuff.
Were you nervous once you started to realize how many people were watching you?
No, because this is what I wanted to do ever since I was a kid. Like, I always wanted to be on either television or something like that. So for me, I was just like, why am I not getting more views?
Exactly.
Like, I was kind of angry. Like, no, really. I was like, wait a minute. Why aren't people watching these videos? Yeah. And truthfully, when I watch videos now, I'm like, other girls' videos, they're so basic. And I'm like, I put so much time and effort into these
yours
videos.
Are very, you edit yours very well. And then
I learned how to edit though. A lot of people ask me about that. And
you learned that in school.
I learned that in school, and it was like a full-on course.
Oh, so it's not just that's why a lot of these girls, they just use an iMovie.
Well, I use iMovie, but there's tricks to it. And then I also use Final Cut because I learned on Final Cut in school.
So then
and then when I was at VH1, we used Final Cut. Because I actually did promos for the show.
So being that, in a way, you're self-made. Yeah, a lot of people say, it's good to say, did you really need to go to college?
Yeah, I mean, I have such mixed feelings about school, and I hate to say this because I don't want to deter anybody from going to school. I believe in school, but I just think you should do what you believe in, like what your heart genuinely tells you to do. And I've always known ever since I was a kid, like little girl, what I want. I didn't know how it was going to happen or how it was going to come about, but I just knew somehow, some way, this is what I wanted to do. So I went to Camden County College. I did go to school for a little bit, but I was bored. I went, my major was communications, and it was too broad. Like I needed hands-on, like, I was bored, and I'm a very hands-on person, and I'm like artistic. So I just couldn't get anything out of it.
How did you get into running your own hair extension line?
Well, what happened was I looked at it from a business standpoint, and it's kind of controversial because people have their feelings about it. But for me, a company, one of the AliExpress vendors, they hit me up and they were like, oh, we had 250 sales from your video. And at the time, I wasn't making any money off these videos. I was just getting free hair. So I was like, what? And I didn't get anything from this, just hair. I looked at it from like a businesswoman, not from like some regular person just ordering hair. I was like, hold up, where's my cut? Like, I need money too. Like, you guys are making money off of me for this video. And that's where the genuine part comes in, and people feel like, oh, is it genuine? But for me, I know what I want. So I was like, look, I'm going to make money off this. So I started charging. And then I was just like, wait a minute, you're still not, even if you charge one fee for a video, you're still getting what they're getting because it's there. Because I was, I'm gonna just start my own hair company. So I started looking into vendors and different companies and different manufacturers. And then I was like, all right. And once I literally tested hair for like a whole, but not from AliExpress, because that's another controversial thing. I read you guys' comments. And they're like, oh, that's AliExpress hair. She's selling out. No, I'm not selling AliExpress hair. It's not, because I get that question a lot. I'm like, what's the point of that? Like, I don't make videos for them anymore, by the way. Okay. Everyone always asks, like, is this AliExpress? No, I'm not selling their hair. I honestly, like,
where's your hair from?
My mom.
Is it from China?
Well, there is one vendor that I did like 2 different vendors at first. The first one was terrible. I mean, it was okay at first, and I put like $6,000 into that. When I ordered it, and it was good at first, and then I didn't like it. So I don't know, when I was getting samples, I liked it. And then when you get like the whole like entire shipment, it's just virgin hair is so hard because you never know what you're going to get. You never know. Virgin hair. Yeah. So I literally had to like shop around and test different vendors and hair. And then so I ordered, that was the first one, was from China. And then I found this company that sells Brazilian hair. Well, not company, but manufacturer that will make me Brazilian hair and Malaysian hair. Okay. So obviously Malaysian hair is Asian hair. Yes. And then I have Brazilian hair. But and those are the 2 types of hair that I have. But they come from the origin. Like, it's
so why would you say someone should purchase your hair versus getting it from AliExpress?
Well, one, honestly, I mean, there's 1,005 virgin hair companies out there.
Yes, there are.
I mean, 1 million. I feel like what sets
and there was a trend that was going on where everybody was selling bundles and waist trainers.
Exactly. But I mean, I'm gonna just keep it real. my company's legit.
Yes.
It's not an Instagram company. No offense to anybody on Instagram.
Just read it,
but
honey.
It's a legit LLC. Like, I'm a real brand.
Yes.
And I also like review the hair. The one thing I do, I have other people review it. I honestly give my honest opinion about it. Even there's videos of me telling you I don't like this. And I keep it real with my subscribers, and I tell them if like I had like Brazilian curly hair, it was my top selling hair. I sold a lot of that hair.
I saw when you
and then I had a couple people complain about it, and I nixed it.
Wow.
Because I was like, no, I just can't. I'm like a perfectionist.
Right.
So, and I kept it real. I told them, like, look, I had a couple complaints from people just complaining about it tangling. So I took it off, and I was just like, I'm not going to sell anymore. And I try and be.
You're not going to get that from AliExpress, y'all.
Exactly. And I tried to be honest about it. So, you know, I would say because I keep it real about the hair, because there's a lot of people that just sell the hair, because honestly, the hair business, you can make a lot of money. But for me, it's about being genuine and people like really knowing what they're getting. And I'm always available. People are always emailing me, texting, calling. Well, I had
you're easily social media.
Yeah. Twitter. So it's not like it's like some random person.
Your emails as well.
Yeah.
Do you sleep?
No. No, I need more sleep. But yeah, I feel like I really have a good relationship with my
so now let's get more into, you know, just your overall beauty tips. You know, obviously, you know, I have a weave. I've gone through a transition of like the types of hair I like, how I like my hair in, you know, whether if you want to do a sew-in with the leave out, or the sew-in with the closure, or just a full wig. What do you prefer? And then what do you think is healthiest for your hair?
Well, obviously protective hairstyles is healthier, like the closure or the wig thing. But me personally, I don't like closures because I have a widow's peak.
Oh, that's right. And it's not going to
So it does not, my hairline goes like down here.
Yeah.
So it
peeks out a little bit.
So it just doesn't look right if I wear a closure.
Yeah.
It looks funny. And if I do wear it, I have to do like a side part.
Exactly.
Because I can't do a middle part. It just doesn't, even with mine, like my own closure.
You can still do a half wig with that.
You can, but I like having my own leave out. The one thing though, my natural hair has grown a lot. It's like it's actually pretty long. So now I'm comfortable with wearing my own hair out up top. Like, okay. And I go natural a lot.
Yeah,
like,
I saw some of your pictures. You have natural, curly.
Yeah, like mine. It's just a lot. It's really curly and it's a lot of hair. And I don't got time for that.
I'm doing the natural thing. I'm new to Team Natural, and I'm just like, oh hell no! What did I sign myself up? Wig.
But I agree. A lot of people have said to me, like, why do you wear weave? You have nice hair. And I'm like, because it's easy.
It's so much easier.
You get up and you go. It's nothing to do with hair.
It's to do with efficiency really in life.
It's really just a convenience thing for me.
Exactly. All right. So now what inspires you? I like to ask everyone that question.
My siblings. My siblings and my subscribers and followers and stuff. Because trust me, there's times when I'm just like ready to throw in the towel and be like, I don't want to do this no more. Yeah. Because it gets rough. But every time I feel like that, somebody like will email me or message me, or I'll get like a letter in my P.O. box from some random person. Yes. Like, oh my gosh. And I'm just like,
you can't stop.
Yeah. Like, so what inspires me, honestly, truthfully, God. Because I know there's a purpose behind this. There's a reason why I'm doing this. Or else I would have not had the success that I've had. Because I got all those internships in 1 year. That does not happen. No. And I know that doesn't happen every day.
No. I was struggling to get a damn internship.
So and it was like major people. Like, I'm like just throwing it out there. Like, let me just see if I can, if I'll get Rachel Ray. I had no idea that they would call me back.
Yeah.
And then the VH1 and then BET was on the bus. So these are like God
divine.
Like God strategically put people in my life that I would run into random places and I would get these opportunities. And I'm like, there's a purpose for this. So eventually I want to have my own show because that's really what all this is. You're going to
have your own show.
Gearing towards.
That's right.
Let me ask you. What are some beauty tips that you have for the ladies this summer?
For the summer? I actually just did an article on this. So for makeup, it gets really hot. So like if you have like combination oily skin, because I have oily skin, and this is one thing I have oily skin. I've learned this. a good like non-oil primer. I actually put one on today. One that does not have oil in it. And NYX, do you know NYX Cosmetics? NYX is so affordable, and I'm all about affordable makeup. Like I'll do the high-end makeup, but the affordable thing is where it's at for me. Right. So, and drugstore products are winning right now. So I'm all about them, seriously. So NYX I think it's like $7 for the
that's not bad
for the primer. I do like oil-free primer. I think it's called the Stay Matte primer. And then they have I do that. I put the primer on first, and then I use Maybelline's matte and poreless foundation because it's a matte foundation. It doesn't have oil in it. I like that. Like it just gives you like a nice matte finish. And then I use a good setting powder for like concealers and stuff. Like I feel like and that's if you're going full face though. I mean that's for full face. Like if you really want to like do a full face, if during the day maybe you have an event to go to or something like that, like those are good affordable drugstore products to purchase and use and to keep like a nice oil-free face. Your makeup won't melt by the end of the day. Because that happens. I see eyebrows running and stuff, and I'm like, no. Oh, poor girl. And then there's a setting spray. It's a little
I have on one of those.
Pricey
I got it from
side.
Sephora. Yeah, mine was like $40.
Well, this one actually, maybe it's not pricey then, because I got it's called Model in a Bottle. I literally use it. It's like hairspray for your face. And I got it off Amazon. You can Amazon, if you get it on the site, it's a little more expensive. But if you get it on Amazon, it's like $14. I think I paid for it.
I got it from the Sephora store, and I paid like $35,
so you
$40.
got it. You got Model. No. Get it from
not that. No, whatever the Sephora brand is.
Oh, okay. Well, this one is like $15, 14 or $15, and it works so well.
And it lasts, so it's not like,
Yeah, and it leaves you like nice and matte for the day. So that works. That's good for makeup. For hair, I mean, short hair is in right now.
Short hair, definitely.
To keep yourself cool. I mean, I personally like long hair, but
I love volume, but
I mean, the short, cute, like blunt shoulder length cut, it seems like everybody's doing that right now. So,
and just so we're about to wrap up the show, but before we go, I just wanted to ask you this one question. Since you do makeup, what do you have to say about those that criticize women for wearing too much makeup? Because, you see these Instagrams where they'll be like, what she look like outside of the makeup, and they like, don't trust these girls.
No, there was a whole thing of memes or memes. I don't know how to say that word. Memes. On that one girl makeup doll. I don't know if you know, she was on YouTube, and they were saying like when she takes her makeup. But I mean, I think she's beautiful. Stop. I think she's a beautiful girl. YouTube, I feel like you're putting yourself out there no matter what. People are going to see you with makeup, without makeup. So personally, how I approach this, I make sure that I post pictures without makeup, with makeup, and my videos, I don't wear makeup, and some of my videos on purpose, because I just want to get that out of the way.
Do you feel some girls should just embrace the natural look sometimes?
I think you should. I mean, well, for her, I think she has like hyperpigmentation or something.
So then that's...
It's a little different, but I mean, for the people, I don't see nothing wrong with makeup. If it makes you feel better, if it makes you feel beautiful.
So tell us how we can stay in touch with you.
On my Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. It's all the same. It's all Ashley Chennel Beauty.
No, the Twitter is Ms.
Well, Twitter is Ms. Ashley Chennel.
Yes.
But it's spelled the same as Ashley Chennel.
And
Beauty.
If you just Google Ashley Chennel, and the Chennel is CHENNEL. You'll see she do you ever tell people to Google you?
No, but I Googled myself the other day.
It should make you proud.
Like I really did, just to see like what would come up, if there's any like shade on there or anything. No, because they're creating forums now against these beauty gurus. Like these hate sites. So I was looking for hate sites. And like, let me. But I'm not there yet.
I do want to. I want to shout out your beautiful mom. She's here in the studio, and we didn't get a chance to get into her story, but I think they're going to be on Bravo or Oxygen soon.
Listen, they got a power team.
This is definitely a family business. The mom is just as gorgeous.
She's a pastry chef.
She's a pastry chef. What's the name of the pastry?
Simply Pure and Decadent Pastries.
Simply Pure and Decadent Pastries.
It's in South Jersey.
It's in South Jersey, and she has a location.
But you can go online.
And Morrisville, Pennsylvania.
Shout out your mom.
It's simplypureanddecadent.com. You can go online. It's simply with a Y though, like SY.
Oh, got it. I get it.
So if you just go online and you can Google her too, because there's some articles and stuff up.
Really proud of you guys.
She actually just sent, I'm proud of her, she sent pastries to Jonathan, Kim Kardashian's best friend.
That's right, girl. You better send.
He ordered them the other day, and I was like, shut up. So yeah, they're all organic.
They have do a story on her.
Yeah, she's next. She's next.
Well, they're like that because my 4-year-old had kidney disease.
Yeah, she had a kidney.
So I had to do it so she would learn how to eat, and I wanted people to eat healthy and kids, and I have this whole kids thing I do.
Are you going to take it on Shark Tank or no?
No,
she should.
I know Damien. I knew Damien before he was.
Oh, you knew him from back in the day.
Way back when
my mom used to actually be a video girl.
Oh, you were a video girl?
I was like,
wait, no, if you go on
one video you were in, please.
Chia Ali, do you guys remember there's actually like videos. She literally was doing the Running Man. It's so embarrassing.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to
if you type it on YouTube, like my mom
stay
is
in
going
touch.
hard.
They're starting a new YouTube show, cooking lifestyle.
It's gonna be lifestyle, cooking, and stuff.
With the family, you're gonna get to see that they're like the Black Kardashians.
There's 7 of them.
I do have a show, but we're gonna do something.
So just stay in touch. And you saw it here first on Mase TV. Ashley Chennel, thank you so much for stopping by. I know you're so busy. I really appreciate you for coming through.
I appreciate you guys having me.
And again, like I said, AshleyChennelBeauty.com. And no, her hair is not from AliExpress. All right, so tune in next week. If you could kind of see, we will have rapper, DJ, recording artist, Punch. He's on Instagram. It's Punch, and the U in Punch is with a V. He's eclectic.
Yo,
he's been heating up Instagram with his breakfast bars. He got real bars, people.
That's
bars.
dope.
Real bars.
So we're gonna have him in the studio next week. So be back here 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. MaseTV.com.
Check y'all later.